your good times and greatest hits right here on the Fraser Coast 103.5 Triple M. You're hanging out with Tam and I'm joined this morning by Amanda from Carter Cooper Realty. Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No worries at all. Now, before we get into some tips for buying and selling homes, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about who you are?
All right. So I am a local gal. I was born here in Hervey Bay. And when I met my now husband, I also dragged him back here. So he also grew up in Hervey Bay, but like a lot of us, when we finished school, he moved away. So I had to drag him back home.
I think there's a lot of us like that. Doesn't matter what you say, you'll always come home to the Fraser Coast.
And yeah, we love it here and we don't ever plan on leaving. Honestly, just so grateful to live so close to the beach.
We really are so lucky. I don't think any of us truly appreciate what we've got in our own backyard sometimes.
Yeah, we're really lucky.
Now, Amanda, you do work for Carter Cooper Realty and your surname is Carter. Is this a coincidence?
Yeah, my name is not a coincidence. Carter Cooper Realty is a family business and I started working alongside Kim when I was 21, so about 10 years ago now. And yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of such an amazing team.
That's lovely. Now, let's get into some tips for buyers and sellers in the market at the moment, the way it is.
Okay, so for the buyers, if you are trying to get into the market, the first thing you need to do is go and get your pre-approval. If you get it in writing, it's even better. Because if you end up in a multiple offer situation and there are similar offers, one buyer is pre-approved and one isn't, which offer do you think the sellers are going to lean towards? So it's just one super simple thing that you can do to give yourself an advantage in the market and to give sellers more confidence when you're submitting offers.
Great advice to get yourself ahead of the pack. What else can they do?
Another thing that you can do is to reach out to an agent. So preferably someone from Carter Cooper Realty and get yourself put on a database. So especially if you are looking in that entry level range, under 600,000, it's a really tough market to get into at the moment, and things are moving really quickly. So you want to be the front of mind when an agent has something coming up in that range. We're even doing a lot of off-market sales now because we have a lot of buyers that have missed out on things. So that's the other thing that I would suggest. Now, on the flip side, obviously there is very high demand and not a lot of stock at the moment. So sellers can achieve some excellent prices on their homes in the current market. But if you're wanting to get top dollar, there are a few things that you can do. The first thing is your presentation. So you don't need to style your home. Like if it's a vacant home, that's completely fine. But just make sure that it's clean and that the lawns are kept tidy. And if you don't live locally, make sure that your agent is keeping you updated on that because there is nothing worse than when you drive past a property, it's got a for sale sign out the front and the grass is up to knee length. Like it honestly devalues the property so much. And at the end of the day, you only get one chance to make a good first impression. So make it count.
Absolutely. Keep your front lawn well presented, although it's a bit difficult in this weather at the moment.
And the big one is pricing. So make sure you price your home correctly. What happens when you overprice your home? Absolutely nothing. Nothing happens. We get no viewings scheduled in and no offers come in. We just sit on the market. So don't just list with an agent who tells you the highest price because they want to get the listing. Do your own research. Have an idea in mind that you think the property might be worth. And I guess this is a good chance for a bit of a sneaky plug. So if you do want an honest opinion as to what your property is worth in the current market, give myself or the Carter Cooper Realty team a call. We can come and give you a free market appraisal, and that's also obligation free. So if you're not quite ready to sell yet and you just want to know where you sit in the current market, we're happy to come and have a look and let you know what we think.
Amazing. Amanda from Carter Cooper Realty, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
So there you go. If you're thinking of buying, selling or renting, make sure you think Carter Cooper Realty.